Preacher Boy Inc.
Candace Owens, for the second time this year, has me agreeing with her. And that's scary, because y'all know I don't rock with the conservatives, but y'all know I don't rock with the Democrats and the liberals either. You know, I don't show no support to neither one of them. But the more I listen to Candace Owens and some of the stuff Kanye West say, I'm starting to lean more towards the right. And that's scary to me.
Cut it and save, they can't stand me.
But nah, y'all couldn't pay me to vote, either for the left or for the right, But anyway, Candace Owens would be, in my honest opinion, the perfect mouthpiece for the black community only if she called out the conservatives on their nonsense as well. I mean, Candace does such a good job by calling out the liberals and the Democrats on their BS, and all that stuff. But this is where she loses me. She loses me because she's always one-sided and she's never balanced. And if I can critique Candace Owens on that, that's what bothers me about her, because, both sides, the right and the left, play the same game. You know what I mean? They just on different wings. It's something like the NFC and the AFC, right? They are both divisions under the same league and banner of the NFL, right? The NFL consists of 32 teams who has their own playbooks, who has their own jerseys, who recruit their own players. But here's the thing. All 32 teams in the league play under the rules and regulations of the NFL, under the rulership of Roger Goodell, which is the commissioner of the NFL. And that's how I view the political system in America. So I wish Candace Owens and Kanye West would see things through that lens and have a balanced view on that, man. Because if they did, man, real rap, they will be a force to be reckoned with. Real rap. Now, that's just in my honest opinion. But then again, having that mindset probably would get them killed or canceled because, the powers that be don't like to be challenged on no level. So if you come with some type of intellect, thinking outside the box and seeing them all as the same, they always clip you off. We know what happened to Prince, Michael Jackson, all the free thinkers, MLK and, Malcolm X and all the free thinkers who started to realize the conservatives and the liberals, the Democrats and the Republicans playing the same game. They playing on the same league. They might got different playbooks. They running different plays. They running different screens and all that stuff. But guess what? They playing under the same banner and they playing under the same rules, and they don't care who would affect. But anyway, if Candace Owens would be a voice box of balance, she would be a menace, man. She'll be a problem, real rap. You know what I mean? Something like me. Something like me. Y'all know how I get down, man. I am a voice of balance. I bring balance to every conversation I talk to. I try to think outside the box on everything. I try to get everybody's point of view. I understand the right. I understand the left. And from my understanding, they are playing the same game. But I can dig, what Candace Owens and Kanye West is doing. I can dig their pandering, man. I'm not saying that it's cool. I'm not saying it's the right thing to do. But they getting their bread. They doing what they do. But let's check out what Candace Owens just recently said on her podcast on the reasoning behind her and Kanye West's photo op wearing the White Lives Matter shirt that they was wearing. Let's get into that clip.
It wasn't Kanye West that put the White Lives Matter t-shirt on first. You did. You did by intentionally ignoring what Black Lives Matter would actually mean if it was applied. It would mean taking a look at all of these statistics that I've just rattled off to you. It would mean taking a look at the real problem that is happening, which is our culture, a celebration of perversity pitched to us as if it's diversity. It's not. It is not diversity that we are celebrating. It is perversity. You think that it's something to be proud of. It's not. So when you say something like, oh, Candace Owens, we don't want you in our culture. You don't understand Black culture. I have to keep reminding you that I don't want to be a part of this culture. I want to destroy it. I want to destroy it further than it's already destroyed itself. I want to go backward. Your idea of progressivism is clearly regressive.
Now, I agree with Candace Owens for the most part on this clip, you know what I mean? And let me explain why. These white liberals is out here acting up too. They are pandering to the feminizing of the Black men agenda, you know, the hypnotizing of the Black women agenda. You know, they got Black women out here thinking that us Black men have oppressed them for the last 200 years. You know what I mean? They out here over sexualizing the kids and trying to push this gender fluid stuff on our kids. They are weaponizing the rainbow mafia, ultimately to bring of the demise of the Black community. And yes, that is an agenda too, and it's obvious, but they are very clever about it. They trying to say, oh, women empowerment, and they trying to do all this. We need to empower the Black community. They need to, y'all see the pandering that they doing. They appealing to these women's emotions because, you know, here's the thing. Black men and Black women have a poor relationship with each other relationally, not politically, because we never lorded over our women. We was never part of the patriarchy over our women. But these white liberal women somehow came in and tricked our women into believing that we was part of the patriarchy, as if Black men is benefiting off of all the stuff that America is, you know, giving, our white counterparts, you know, the dominant society, the white male. But here's the thing, that's not true. But like I said, these liberal women somehow tricked, you know, the Black women into believing that. And it's unfortunate, you know, because they got the juice. The white liberals and the rainbow community, they got the juice now. You know, these white liberal women, real rap, yo, all you gotta do is sit back and observe and watch. They weaponizing Black women, so they making Black women to seem like they got power because they got Stacey Abrams and Kamala Harris and, you know, folk like them up in some high places. They faking the funk, but behind them is white liberal women that's pushing their agenda, and they weaponizing Black women. And you can see that even in a new movie that they put out, The Woman King. The Woman King is pushing a narrative to, you know, we got to make sure the Black woman is strong. You want to know why they want y'all sisters to be strong? They want y'all sisters to be strong so y'all can go out there and fight their battles, because that's what they see y'all as. They see y'all as masculine women. While they get to sit up in their castles, they get to sit, not gonna say castles, they get to sit up in their crib, they get to sit up in their office with their feet up while they weaponize you Black women, because that's all y'all are. Y'all masculine women. They get to wallow in their femininity and be pampered while y'all out here fighting their issues and being all rough and all, you know, but that's another topic for another day. I'm definitely going to time on that on another episode. But they definitely got the juice. They got the juice, but they can have the juice all they want. You won't bully me. You can try to cancel me. You can do all that stuff, but I won't be bullied. I won't be bullied by the rainbow community or these liberals. But check this. All on social media, you will see these young, you know, and old white liberal women with their BLM t-shirts on, waving the rainbow flag. And when you go to their social media pages, you will see BLM all in their bios, plus the rainbow flag in their bios and all that. And I feel like, you know, Candace Owens is right on this. She hit the nail right on the head when she say they are pandering, and it's really doing nothing for the Black community, like absolutely nothing. It's not putting money back in the Black community. It's not putting programs back in the community. We still see the same old violence. We see the same old over policing. We see the drugs. It's not, what they're doing is not helping the Black community at all. But they want us out there protesting. They want us out there breaking up property and all that stuff. They want us out there doing that. So it kind of, you know, help them see us in that, you know, predatory and vicious and monstrous and animal-like light. Yeah, y'all dig what I'm saying? That's why I say, and like Malcolm X said, the liberals are dangerous to the black community because all they do is pander to the black community, right? And they masquerade like they're your friends, but they are really not your friends. And this is why I gotta give these liberals the Ice Cube Ice Grill of the day.
You remedial. I said, what the hell?
Because all they do is pander to the black community, and they not producing nothing. They not producing nothing. In all actuality, if you ask me, real rap, they are pushing the rainbow agenda under the guide and under the banner of white supremacy. It's very subtle. You can't see the white supremacy because they so-called fighting for our rights when they ain't really doing nothing. No legislation change. Nothing is changing in the black community. Absolutely nothing. So yes, I agree with what Candace Owens is saying. Some of the stuff she's saying in this video, not everything. And it's sad that black folk don't see the nonsense the radical left is pushing. For instance, look at this clip the rapper Trina and this other character by the name of Saucy Santana just posted up talking about no voting, no vucking. And I ain't say the F word, I said it with a V, no vucking. And we know what they mean, no voting, no vucking. Check this out.
Trey Tracks, I think we got one.
It's voting season, bruh.
No voting, no loving. No voting, no touching. No voting, no nothing. No voting, no fucking. No voting, no fucking. No voting, no loving. No voting, no touching. No voting, no nothing. No voting, no fucking. No voting, no fucking. BLK app looking for some action.
Now, if that isn't pandering and a complete mockery of the black community, then I don't know what is. But you Negroes fall for every little thing the left, the Democrat, the liberals are doing. Y'all see it as a victory. Oh, they got a black woman out there. They got a flamboyant, black homosexual man out there. We advance and we win. And yeah, they got y'all right where they want y'all. But anyway, now I agree and disagree with Candace Owens' views on the culture. Only because although, what she said about the culture is true, we can't ignore how the culture got to this point. The black culture, the hip hop, the music, the act, all the stuff that goes on in the black community. We can't ignore how the culture got to this point. We know who put the drugs and the guns in the black community purposely, the over-sexualization of black women. We know how that got in the black community purposely. But listen, let's not forget, drugs and guns is big in the white community too. It's heavy in the white community too. The problem with that is those communities just not heavily policed like the black community. So of course, the magnifying glass is going to be on the black community because it's not, it's heavily policed. These other communities aren't as heavily policed as the black community. And also, let's not forget, they also over-sexualize their youth too. Other communities, they do that too with Playboy. Remember Playboy? Remember Barely Legal and all those porn magazines and VCR tapes, DVDs and all the rest back in the day? Let's not forget about that. They over-sexualize their young girls too, but just because they are seen as the pure race is not viewed as bad as it is in the black community. So Candace, the over-sexualization of what's going on, Playboy and all that stuff is just not a black issue. It's an all community issue. It's just magnified in the black community, just so they can keep their eyes, on us. And if they keep their eyes on the black community, other folks' community, and nonsense and mess is not going to be exposed. And Candace, I know you and Kanye West know that. Y'all parade around like the right mess don't stink too, because it's a lot of stuff that can be called out, that the right do too. So we're just not going to say the left is the problem. Both the left and the right is the problem. So yeah, you know what I mean? If Candace, in my honest opinion, called out issues in the black community as well as other communities and she balanced out her points, Candace would be a force to be reckoned with. You know what I mean? In my honest opinion, she'll be a problem. But we know that's not going to happen. She like to pander to her base, you know, because that's what pays the bills. And I get it, you know. That's why, you know, y'all got me. That's why y'all got me, because y'all already know I ain't no panda bear. I ain't out here pandering to nobody. I'm just not gonna do it. It ain't in my blood. It ain't in my DNA to do so. You know, I leave that to Candace and Kanye West and them. You know what I mean? I refuse to pander, man. I take pride in bringing balance to everything. You know what I mean? I refuse to let money and a platform and people back me into a corner, because I know how that ends. And the ending of that is never good. It's never good. But I find it hilarious that Candace Owens and Kanye West is still playing the BLM political game. Like BLM is still out here marching. They haven't marched in years. You know, while yes, you know, they are being exposed for a lot of stuff and all the money that they are siphoning from the donations and all that stuff. But why is Candace Owens and Kanye West still using BLM as a punchline, you know, as if they still out here doing nonsense? I'll tell you why. If y'all want to know, I'll tell y'all why. And it's clear as day. And the real reason why is because it's all about the Benjamins, baby. It's all about the Benjamins. You know what I mean? White Lives Matter is their primary base. And that's what keeps Kanye West and Candace Owens somewhat, you know, relevant. You know, they understand that the conservative money is long. And as long as they keep BLM on their tongues and BLM this and BLM that, and Candace Owens making a BLM documentary, as long as they keep, you know, BLM on their tongue, they know that White Lives Matter and all the conservatives, you know, support, and their money gonna keep on rolling in. They cashing out. And I get it. I get it for Candace Owens, though. But I don't get it, you know, for Kanye West, you know, because he's a supposed billionaire, you know, and I don't get why he feel like he still have to pander to these folk, other than, you know, they must have some dirt on Kanye West. Which I do believe that they have some type of dirt on Kanye West. I believe they do. Because that's how the dominant society play the game. That's how they play that game. They make sure they got dirt on you so they can, you know, pretty much keep you, hold you by the nuts, pretty much. Something like Cat Williams did to Terry Crews in Friday After Next.
I'm a nice guy. You get to know me.
Shut up! What the hell are you talking about? I am a boy!
They got Kanye West nuts vice gripped. Real rap. They got Kanye West nuts vice grip, because that's the only reason I can even think why he's pandering like that. Because I believe Kanye West is smarter than the moves that he's doing and the image that he's projecting. Because here's the thing, Kanye West can play two roles, because he's been diagnosed with, I think, bipolar, or he's been diagnosed with some type of mental disorder. He can play that to his advantage if things ain't going right. But when things are going right, the other mode he can play is that he's a genius. So Kanye West is playing a game to me. He's playing he's playing a dope game. I ain't gonna say a dope game because I wouldn't play the game. I just couldn't do that. But if things don't go right, they could chalk it up to him being bipolar and he's out of his mind. But when things going right and all his business endeavors is flourishing and he's making dope business deals, and he's making hot music, it's Kanye West is a genius. So he's playing the game, and he's playing it how he's supposed to play it. But I still believe that they got him by the balls with them vice grips, like my man Cat Williams was doing Terry Crews in Friday After Next. But let me show y'all this clip where Kanye West is explaining, you know, his reasoning behind wearing the White Lives Matter shirt. I showed y'all, you know, Candace Owens, you know, clip in the beginning. Now I'm gonna show y'all Kanye West's excuse for wearing the White Lives Matter shirt.
At a certain point, it felt like I saw white people wearing shirts that said Black Lives Matter, like they were doing me such a favor by having a t-shirt that reminded me that my life mattered, like I didn't already know that. So I thought I'd return the favor and let white people know that, hey, your life matters too. So sometimes I'll see people at a fashion show and they say, we saw this documentary, and they say, are you good? And I'll say, are you good? So it's like Black Lives Matter, White Lives Matter.
And
it's just simple as that.
Why do you say Black Lives Matter is a scam?
Well, because it's proven. They have people who end up taking money from it. I mean, this documentation is out there.
Now, I don't buy Kanye West's excuse. I'm not buying the excuse he's selling. Now, if you notice, Kanye West and Candace Owens has similar talking points. In my honest opinion, it was rehearsed. His publicist team and her publicist team, they both came together with this old elaborate plan to do what they did. And it worked because it got everybody talking. This whole situation is planned out. They had it planned out from beginning to end. They said, listen, if it go left, we'll put out this statement, you'll go do these interviews and do all this stuff. And if it goes right, we'll do this, that, and the third. They had it all planned out because that's what these publicists do. They kind of like Olivia Pope. You know what I mean? They do a lot of like conflict resolution. So if something go bad, it's their job to think, okay, let's twist the story, put it out in the media, this, that, and the third, and let people run with it. That's what these publicists do. But like I said, man, all this stuff was planned out, man. It's a complete clown show. If you ask me, it's a complete clown show, and I'm sitting back just watching the clowns, do they chucking and jiving and all that stuff, and it's entertaining. I'm entertained. That's why I'm bringing it to y'all. But I'm just bringing y'all a point of view that some people ain't talking about. But like they say in showbiz, there is no such thing as bad publicity. All publicity is good publicity because they can still control the narrative. The stars can still control the narrative by doing an interview and all that stuff and getting on a podcast and getting on social media and explaining their point and doing all that other stuff, yada, yada, yada. Because it's no such thing as good or bad. Bad publicity, because people going to talk about you regardless, whether you're doing good or bad. So if they talking bad about you like they doing with Candace Owens and Kanye West and this whole White Lives Matter shirt thing, it still keeps them kind of relevant. Because here's the thing, I'm about to tell y'all the secret. The algorithm don't have emotions. So whether somebody is Googling your name or talking about you on social media, right? The algorithm will no emotion, so they don't care if it's bad or good. It's still going in their pocket. Those celebrities, Candace Owens, Kanye West, and all the people that panned on social media, 6ix9ine and all those folks. And that's a gem to take with y'all. The algorithm do not know emotion, so they don't care if the publicity is good or bad. And in my honest opinion too, man, I want to say this too. Candace Owens and Kanye West is the king and queen of mixing truth in with pandering, and they do a real good job with it. But if you ask me, they both are dangerous on so many levels, just as much as the liberals and the Democrats on the left, and I know they despise the Democrats and the liberals, but let me tell you something, Candace and Kanye West, the Republicans are just as evil. And I know y'all know that. But that's what makes Candace Owens and Kanye West so dangerous, because they know that the right is and the conservatives are just as evil, but they just don't want to talk about it because those people are deep in their pockets. So what's my solution for Candace Owens and Kanye West and all the people who agree with them or disagree with them? I have some scripture for y'all. 1 John 5:19. We know that we are from God, and the whole entire world lies in the power of the evil one. I want to emphasize that the whole entire world lies in the power of the evil one. It doesn't matter whether you're on the right or on the left. If your life isn't hid in Christ, then you're still playing in the devil's league called the world. Remember, that analogy I used in the beginning. about the AFC and the NFC. They are both divisions under the same rulership of the NFL. And so it is with the right and the left, the Democrats and the Republicans, the conservatives and the liberals. They are playing the same game because they're under the same league. You know, they just different players, man. Just different players. But that's why I say repent, be born again, and live and bear the fruits of the Spirit, man. I thank y'all for rocking out with me. It's your boy Reese Johnson, and this is the Gutter and Saint podcast, man. Don't forget to catch us on the Rebuttal Live almost every night in between 9:30 and 10 o'clock on Facebook, YouTube, and we trying to get in on Instagram and TikTok and on this whole thing where you can call in, man. You can call in, you can hit online and talk talk it out with us, whether you disagree with us or whether you agree with us. You know what I mean? Hit up the Rebuttal Live. You know what I mean? Almost every night, man. I thank y'all for rocking out with me, and I'll holler at y'all on the flip. Peace.
Cut it and save, they can't stand me.